I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
The bugs! They're everywhere! Stay away, stay away, stay away, stay away! The year is 1999. You own an N64 and you love first-person shooters. You've played the hell out of Turok 2, Quake 2 and Doom 64. But you want something new in preparation for the new millennium. Acclaim is coming to the rescue with Armorines, or Armorines Project S.W.A.R.M in the US. I don't know why they needed the subtitle there. Oh no, wait, it's called that here too. Just not on the title screen. It was built on the Turok 2 engine and comes to us from Acclaim. Studios London. This is not the Turok 2 team. They were previously known as Probe Software and got sold to Acclaim in 1995, after which they were renamed to Acclaim Studios London in May of 1999. This was a push from Acclaim to unify their brand name. They made some decent games until their closure in April of 2000, like Alien Trilogy and FIFA 96 for the SNES. Yeah, are you ready to get buggered by this game? Let's go. We've received some distressing data, Armorine. Our last set transmission from the Siberian base displays a collection of objects not from this world. You're to confirm the presence of these giant eggs and advise us on the situation. We pick our preferred gender. Each of the playable characters has their own weapon set. The dude has a blaster and a rocket launcher, and the girl has a machine gun and a nade launcher. Since I can't see my body anyway, we're playing as the guy. The exterminator has arrived! Bitch! Our mission, restore power to the base's transport system and use it to get into the lower levels. Troopers!
Oh, yes, sir!
To restore power to the transport system, we need to liberate the facility administrator, who will turn it on for us, after which we can board the monorail into the facility. It's a turret section with infinite ammo, so go nuts. How about those visuals? As I mentioned before, the game runs in the Turok 2 engine. It looks very similar to it. For the N64, this engine is actually quite impressive. We have what seems to be skeletal animation and colored and dynamic lighting. And all of this at a silky smooth 15 FPS. That's technically sound for an N64 game. We can bump the frame rate a bit by setting the game to low res, but I'm content with high res on this one, unlike the last game. I've never seen something look so bad in such a high resolution. It's the art style and environment. The environments tend to be large, empty spaces. Combine that with the heavy use of fog and it feels like I'm in some kind of Twilight Zone, where the sinks are made for giants and houses have just 2 pots in the chest. The visuals are not helped by the enemy designs. I understand that they are bugs and should look like bugs, but they just make me feel uncomfortable. So good job on that, I guess? I hope you don't have arachnophobia, because the aliens draw a heavy amount from spiders. An unhealthy amount even. Nearly every bug is some variation of Abomination on 6 legs. I know this was done to save on animations, they also share a common animation pool, but come on, just look at how Turok 2 handled bugs. On the audio side, other than the troopers repeating this gibberish, I hate it so much. There is not much to the audio. The guns sound fine, the aliens okay, and the music is serviceable. Monorail. After a little turret section, we make our way into the base. We need to stop 3 missiles filled with bug eggs and find out where the already fired missiles went. We save a professor, but he runs off and locks himself in the main control room. Let's leave him for now. First, stop the missiles from launching. After fumbling around in the dark, we destroy 3 missiles and finally figure out we need to use mines. And only the mines to blow up the gate where the professor is hiding. Now to escape this blasted place. Reuniting with our troopers who can't keep bloody quiet. It seems that one of those missiles that was carrying the bugs crashed into an Aztec temple. We need to gain access to said temple and... gain access to the temple, find an experimental weapon, and destroy 34 eggs. This sounds like a lot. And that's because it is. Eradicating the alien eggs, we push deeper into the temple. What? Okay, look at this place. Does this look like a level exit? And even then, could you not flash a warning like, Marine, there are still eggs left to scramble? And yes, that is a thing this game would say. Playing the entire level again, we find the experimental weapon, which we already had, here's me using it at an earlier point, and find all the eggs. The next level takes us to a bug hatchery. We fight what I think is meant to be a boss fight, and destroy a single egg. While we search in the Queen's hole, would you like to hear about the movement? I don't know how, but this somehow feels worse than Turok 2. While our movement speed is faster, it feels less responsive. You keep moving after letting go of the C buttons, and the game seems to ignore my requests to reload. There is also a problem going on with the auto-aim. It works fine enough on the main weapon, it just breaks when the bugs start crawling up my bum. The problem is that there is no auto-aim on the rocket launcher or special weapons at all, even if you have it enabled, which is odd. Here's the worst part. It's not even that much of a problem, because you hardly switch weapons. Our Armorine has two weapons by default, his arm-mounted blaster and his arm-mounted rocket launcher. The rocket launcher is weak in damage, weak in splash damage, and has a limited supply of rockets. Our arm-mounted blaster kills almost everything in 4 or 5 hits, is guided by the auto-aim, and, to top it off, has infinite ammo. Thanks to this, the gameplay never evolves. Oh yeah, never evolving. Guess who's never going to evolve?
Caramba! I really have. Oh, I've got a follower now, so bye.
With one queen dead and our antics being kept under wraps of the general public, we focus on our next mission. There was another rocket which landed on an island, I think it is Hawaii, in the Pacific Ocean. We need to find the rocket and destroy 8 eggs. I mean bug breeding holes. Yeah, I'm not gonna make that joke. And again, it isn't long until we find one of the breeding holes, and just like with your mom, only my pocket rockets can destroy these holes. And again, like your mom, she calls me back because I didn't destroy all her holes. Okay, now here's a little oddity. I started recording the following level, played around 4 minutes of it, until I had to leave. So I stopped the recording, deleted the tiny amount of footage, and powered off the console. When I came back, I don't know why, the next level was skipped for some reason. No, I did not go back to play it. Moral of the story, don't delete footage. On to the second boss it is, the Queen. Again. The bugs have taken over a petrochemical plant in Egypt. They've set up an electromagnetic field, which prevents us from flying in close. So we will need to hike it over to the plant. Once there, we need to free captured civilians and soldiers, and locate an entrance into the facility. While doing that, we find a weapon called the Shaft of the Pharaoh. I'll make that joke easier by saying that the ammo is called Shaft Power Pack. Inside of the petrochemical plant, we need to destroy eggs, locate some more survivors, and some targeting beacons to blow up these 2 eldritch horrors. Watch this. Plant Beacon 1, Plant Beacon 2, and run to the toss. And run to the bunker. Our next mission is a turret section leading to an objective where we need to capture a brain bug alive. Several questions. What does a brain bug look like? How are we going to capture it? How long is this game still going to take? You have a chicken, a fox, and a sack of grain. Okay, if the game won't do it, I'll answer him. This is what the live brain bug looks like. This is how I found out what a live brain bug looks like. There's a massive pit we need to trap it in. There are about 6 more levels that take 45 minutes to beat. You start choking the chicken.
Yeah.
This is the queen. Again. Again. We are finally entering the last levels. Thank God. This game is becoming monotonous. It's time we take the fight to the aliens. During the full-scale invasion, we need to find a weapon to surpass Metal Gear, destroy some artillery, and make our way deeper into the ship. Destroying the artillery is easy, I mean, they're hard to miss, but I can't seem to find that weapon. So I look around the level and see a crashed ship I can't reach. After a good while, I figured it out. You need to enter this portal from the back. Fucking cheap. This is also where the bugs become the ugliest they are ever gonna get. No, not that one. Yeah, that one. In the next set of levels we have another bloody egg hunt, which rewards me for my efforts by blowing my sodding eardrums. We release some of our comrades and send them off to start preparing for the ship to explode. We just need to make sure there won't be any more bugs, so we start destroying these... What? Ah, okay, I just teleported to the ceiling. We start destroying these bird canals, and finally, after all that padding, we can fight the final boss. After going through a 10-minute lead up, where the geometry is so busted, I keep getting warped to the top. I thought this had to do with moving platforms, but no, here's footage of me jumping up a ledge and being teleported to the top. You see, it makes sense because the studio was closed down 4 months after this game released. Yeah, me too, buddy. Me too. Now the final boss, who is piss easy. Shoot the tentacles over and over, then shoot at the main body, Finn.
Out of my way, son! You're a genuine dick suck!
Suction! There you have it, Armorines. Okay, I'll give it to you straight. This game is functionally not bad, but damn is it boring. It needs some more variety. Not in the locations, those are fine, but the weapons and enemies need work. Giving the player a weapon that has infinite ammo and high damage was a mistake. If they really wanted to keep the weapon, they could have gone the upgrade route, where we collect modules throughout the game, giving us special fire modes that could give us more solutions for different scenarios. Imagine, if you will, a group of weak enemies approaches. You switch to a shotgun attachment and use the spread to cull the herd. Switch to the blaster and mop up the remainder. As you run further in the level, you encounter bigger bugs. Their deadly melee attacks keep you from getting close to deal good damage with the shotgun. So using a 3-shot burst mode, you keep them at a distance while dealing reliable damage. If they wanted to keep the infinite ammo aspect, they could have gone with a kind of heat system to encourage using the correct attachment against the right enemy. As for the enemies, we basically fight the same 4 enemies throughout the game. They could already be bothered to give them unique models, so why not give them unique abilities? The Siberian bugs can have a more melee focus, simply charging you and using their health pool to beat you in melee. The Aztec ones can have the numbers, coming in large, low health swarms. The Volcano could have a focus on range attacks, Egypt can have stealth, and the Hive is a mix of everything to test your skills. So if anyone is thinking of rebooting this series, feel free to use these ideas. We're going to have a party next vid.